From sushi and ramen to anime and electronics, you can easily find hints of Japanese culture outside of Japan. However, finding a big Japanese community in a foreign country is not always easy compared to other Asian cultures such as Chinese and Korean. A couple of such places are Bangkok and Los Angeles, which are known for being cities that have a lot of Japanese residents. When it comes to Europe, the German city of Düsseldorf is actually home to one of the largest Japanese communities in the continent. There are many Japanese-related shops and restaurants throughout the city, and they even have an annual German-Japanese festival. I visited Düsseldorf the other day, so in this video, I'm gonna share what I, a Japanese guy, experienced in the biggest little Tokyo in Europe. Let's get started! Düsseldorf is only a 30-minute train ride away from Cologne, which is well known for Cologne Cathedral and an annual carnival. When you walk a few minutes from the central station to the city center, you can easily find a variety of Japanese restaurants, anime goods shops, Japanese hotels, and even a Japanese laundry.
Hey guys, so one of the reasons that I came to Düsseldorf is to get a haircut. Because a lot of hairdressers in Europe are not used to Asian hair, and sometimes the haircut will be a disaster.
So when I'm in a foreign country, I always try to find a Japanese or other Asian hairdresser. While it's quite hard to find one in a small city, Düsseldorf fortunately has tons of Japanese hairdressers. Because of this, some Japanese people come to Düsseldorf from other German cities or even nearby countries such as Belgium and the Netherlands to get a haircut.
I got a haircut. I'm so hungry, so I think I'm gonna get ramen. I hope it's an authentic one.
Usually, most Japanese restaurants in foreign countries only serve sushi or ramen, but Düsseldorf offers a great variety of Japanese cuisine. This includes izakaya, which is a Japanese-style bar that serves alcoholic drinks and snacks. In the ramen restaurant where I went, the menu was written in Japanese, German, and English. Most of the staff were Japanese, which is quite rare for Japanese restaurants in foreign countries. The food on the menu was all familiar to me as a Japanese person, although they were almost twice as expensive as the ones in Japan. I decided to get Takezo ramen, which seemed to be the restaurant's specialty. What I really liked about it was the portion size, which made me easily full. However, to be completely honest, the taste of the ramen was not awful but not impressive either. It's just my personal opinion, but I might have expected too much since it's one of the biggest Japanese communities in Europe.
Right now, I'm taking a break at a nearby park because the ramen was quite filling. Yeah, it was definitely bigger than the ones in Japan. You know, if you think about this is not Japan, you can say that ramen was good, but if you think about it, it cost me almost 30 euros. I don't know. So if you like Japanese food, like ramen or sushi or whatever, I really think you should come to Japan to taste the authentic ones, because no matter how much you pay for the food in another country, it wouldn't be as good as the normal local restaurants in Japan.
The best parts of Düsseldorf's Little Tokyo are not only its restaurants. Düsseldorf has a lot of other places where you can experience Japanese culture.
I just found this anime goods shop. Let's check it out.
The shop had various anime merchandise ranging from very famous, ones that most Japanese people know, to totally obscure for the more hardcore fans. What's interesting for me was that they had lucky bags, which are stuffed sacks packed with various things and are usually only sold during the first sale of a New Year's Day in Japan. There are some anime goods shops like this in Düsseldorf, so it's a great place for anime lovers to visit as well. I imagine living in Düsseldorf is very convenient for Japanese people, because there are many Japanese shops and doctors for Japanese residents. In bookshops, there are not only Japanese comics, but also normal novels and magazines written in Japanese, which I never have been able to find in Europe before.
I remember that I was reading this book when I was little.
What impressed me the most were Japanese supermarkets. They were selling a really good variety of Japanese foods and products, which looked exactly like supermarkets in Japan.
It sound right, boy.
I think that was the best Japanese market that I ever seen in a foreign country. Usually you can't even find a Japanese market in a foreign country. I mean, there are Asian markets in big cities, but they're not only for Japanese food and items. And the most customers were Japanese, and the staff were Japanese too. And the shop were pretty small, so when you try to pass by someone, you kind of bow lightly, like, excuse me, to be polite. But it's so Japanese, so I don't know, I just feel like I was in Japan.
Of course, Little Tokyo is not the only thing that Düsseldorf has to offer. Düsseldorf's old town, or Altstadt in German, is packed with fascinating structures and scenic views. It covers only half a square kilometer, but nevertheless is known as the longest bar in the world. There are around 260 pubs that offers the city's famous old beer, which is brewed from a traditional recipe. You can have a great view of the whole city from the top of this famous landmark called the Rhine Tower, and enjoy shopping at the Königsalley, a famous luxury shopping area. After walking around the city, I decided to end the day with Japanese sweets.
I came back to this cafe because I really need to get something sweet. Let's go!
This cafe mainly sells taiyaki, which is a fish-shaped waffle that is usually filled with red bean paste or custard. I got one with custard cream inside and it was delicious.
The taiyaki was so good. It tasted exactly the same as the ones in Japan.
This is what I experienced in Little Tokyo in Düsseldorf. If you liked the video, please thumbs up and leave a comment. And if you want to see more travel videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, bye!